Chuggalos, welcome to day 18 of the Brew Crew Podcast Advent Calendar 2022 Spectacular. And today, I guarantee it's going to be the sexiest episode so far that we've had to date. You're just going to have to wait till the end. We will be drinking today Yellow Springs, so the closest brewery to where JT and I are located. Yellow Springs is just a small community, just 15 minutes east of where I am. And this is Hidden Systems. It's a black IPA, 6%, 6%. And this was a shorty from our friends down there at the Barrel House. I, on behalf of myself and JT, wanted to thank all of you Chuggalos for watching JT, Svil, Stev, Chuggalo Caterade, and myself. It was so much fun yesterday that we did 2 different episodes, so please check them both out if you have the opportunity. They're a bit longer. But I think that we really do that Jackie O's Would You Honey justice, as apparently I'm just going to be out of focus the whole time. So maybe better to take this orally and until it goes into focus, because I really need it to be in focus for the ending for a big surprise. So we'll go with the crack. But yeah, yesterday it was fun because we had 2 different perspectives, and JT posted and did a yeoman's effort of posting the main episode, and it was so much fun to put that together. But I really felt like there was value in me posting my perspective, especially with all the memes and everything, having fun with everyone that was at the Carriage House. And there, we just went into focus. So hopefully after yesterday and all the shenanigans, you're having a wonderful Sunday. If nothing else, this is a cure for the hangover. And Chuggalo Ryan sent me another 2 episodes, so I got to upload those here in a second. So here we go with, again, a black IPA, Hidden Systems from Yellow Springs. There's a lot of people that pour and show that. I'm kind of curious, but again, I'm the guy with the bandana, as we pointed out, and the guy that likes to just drink it out of the receptacle that it came in. So a little bit about Yellow Springs. Yellow Springs, to us on the podcast, for JT and myself, is the local brewer, and they're kind of the OG in the area because they started in 2013. For outsiders outside of the area, Yellow Springs is famous because that's actually where Dave Chappelle lives. And to describe Yellow Springs, you would say like a hippie, or not like an enclave. Like if you walk down Yellow Springs, if you put it in your Wikipedia, a lot of the places just take cash. A lot of them don't take card. It's a very walkable community. It's a very small community, very into the arts. And that will go into the main emphasis about what the brewery is about, which you can find out more at yellowspringsbrewery.com. And they're all about crafting truth to power. This would be the brewery that I would pick in the local area that's all about sustainability, just from the outside looking in. Their flagship IPA is known as Boat Show, and it's a phenomenal IPA. I believe JT would pick that over Truth, Ryan Guy's Truth, but it's a battle. It's a 1 and 1A situation. But anyways, they adapted their tagline from the pacifist Quaker phrase, speaking truth to power. This became widely known in the pamphlet, Speak Truth to Power, A Quaker's Search for an Alternative to Violence, published in the 1950s, which we knew what was happening. At that time, it was the Cold War. The term, however, appears to have been coined by a civil rights leader, Bayard Rustin. Speaking Truth to Power is also the title of a global human rights initiative under the auspices of the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Initiative. And if you ever check out what Robert F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. are doing now, it's an interesting draft in 50 years of one sect of the Kennedy family and what they do. Anyways, brewery and beer podcast. Again, they started in 2013, so not so much Dayton, but the craft brew in the Dayton area, because I would assimilate them in. Really, they're an OG because like Warped Wing and the bigger guys didn't start till a couple years later. So they're widely available at all of the eateries and stuff. They do their own packaging. It's not just shorties from our friends down at the Barrel House, but they're widely prevalent in the area. And they have most of their flagships, but they do have innovative seasonal stuff, as most places do. One of my favorites that they did a barrel-aged Saison called Captain Stardust that was fantastic. at many Ale Fests ago, Dayton Ale Fest. That was probably my favorite beer. I think 2017 or 2018. It was just, it was amazing how smooth and rich it was. But anyways, before I get to my thoughts, I want to go with some Chuggalos from the community, specifically Team Kaysen. And so they went to their basement bar, which I will show you in just a second. And Jason didn't think I would order this. Not terrible. He would give it a 2. Doesn't believe it's an IPA, and he only picked up hints of pine. All right, and then let's go to. You'll see why, and I apologize for the delay. Kate goes, this is my style, which is really odd because a black IPA is such a niche beer, but I like that thought. This is my style, IPA and dark. The best of both worlds. I'll give this a 4. Definitely a chalet beverage of choice for me. If you like dark or heavier IPAs, granted this is only a 6%, I'm bringing something up here in another week or two. So anyways, they gave other thoughts because they were watching along yesterday during our long episode, our flagpole episode for the calendar. And really the takeaway that you need to know is we're watching our episode and the Cubs suck. So that's important. Everything else is just happenstance and just love their participation. But let's go. Hopefully it doesn't jack up. That's them drinking the. Hopefully it goes into focus. Look at that. Boom. And look at that sweet, sweet reflection. That's them drinking their beer. But why I said, and I didn't want to bury the lead, about this today was being maybe the sexiest episode that we've had, and it goes out of focus. So I was talking with Kate and, just making sure that everything was grandiose. And I said that, man, Jason was looking mighty fine down in your guys' bar. And look at that live picture. Folks, as I record this, God, it's blurry. Snap into focus. One of these times, Chuggalo Ryan can figure out how to do it on his phone, snap back and forth. I have the worst time with it, but I appreciate you guys all bearing with me as it's out of focus again. But they're actually consuming another beer, which we will talk about tomorrow after I get through my thoughts. Okay, so as a black IPA, there is a couple of black IPAs that I've had. I know Deschutes makes one, like Black Bud or something like that. It's not it takes like the freshness and the citrus and all of those notes and that hop profile, and it completely just mutes it or it blends it with another style that it just doesn't do it for me. And that's very similar with this beer. This beer, obviously, and I'm glad that Kate of Kaysen fame provided me with such a thorough feedback, because there is a market for this. They wouldn't make it if it wasn't. The marketing teams at all of these breweries know more than myself, JT, and Svil combined. Like, could you imagine that love child? I'll just let you picture that for a little bit as I pull more from this beer. Oh, also I got my phone back yesterday, so that was a fun odyssey. I'll have to go over that in long form sometime. Okay, off the top rope. Different strokes, different folks. This one is too different for me. I'm going to give this one a 3.25. I will remember it because, again, black IPAs are such a niche area. This just doesn't do it for me. If I see a black IPA on a menu, I'm not ordering it. Even if I did flights or something like that, it would be really low on my list. God, I wish I could figure out why that goes out of focus. I feel like I've been drinking, watching myself over on that screen. But it just doesn't. I want that freshness, that that hop profile, that citrus or whatever in like Amarillo, Citra, Strata, Galaxy hops, and that's not here. It's a different style, and I fully acknowledge that. Getting blown up over here. It's so fun. I'll have to save that. Okay, that's their review for later. Okay, so what do we got on tap tomorrow? During the Mothership episode, we've got a Degard, the Maison batch, number 7, the oaked aged sour cuvee. I will say this, I'm glad we looked ahead on this one. This is the beer I've been most excited for. The Would Ya Honey would have been a close second. This is the number one, like a oaked aged sour cuvee. It's got the 3 buzzwords like oaked aged, a sour, and then a cuvee. Obviously, it's all in the name, but it gives me 3 points, a trident, you will, a trident of excitement that I look forward to having tomorrow on the mothership with you guys, or for you guys. But again, I'll get this one uploaded. I got 2 coming from Ryan. We've got more reviews on tap. We're getting down to it. You know, we're getting down to the last week, but I'm excited, and thanks for joining us once again for this. And remember, 2 episodes happened yesterday. JT's was the main episode. Mine was like the silly outtake episode. So please watch both of them. Comment, like, review, whatever you need to do. Cheers.